Peter chapter 5 and read verse 8. It says, stay alert, watch out. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, searching for someone to devour. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. This morning, for the time allotted to me, we're going to deal with vulnerability. Vulnerability. Last week we discussed your trial is your training. We go through difficult situations to make us stronger. Suffer now for success later. This past Wednesday in Bible study we discussed spiritual fatigue. Sometimes during that suffer now part we get tired. We want to give up and we want to quit. At some point we have come to the point of wanting to quit. We've all become frustrated and reactive without processing the consequences. So we talked about spiritual fatigue on Wednesday. Today we wanted to examine the strategy of our adversary. The Bible uses the comparison of a roaring lion. Lions are smart and they're patient. They do what needs to be done in order to survive. In order to understand what the text is telling us, we must understand what the text is comparing Satan to. Y'all know my child, you know my child loves animals. So by default, I learned a lot about animals by spending time with my child. And one of the things that sticks out to me about lions is that lions, when they roam around and they're by themselves and they find a lioness, if they find a lioness with cubs, they kill all the cubs. Because the cubs don't come from their bloodline. So they're set up to kill the cubs so that only their bloodline will survive. That's how they're built. Lions also, again, patient. They normally don't eat elephants. They eat a lot of meat, but they normally don't mess with elephants because elephants are more violent than you think they are. Dumbo and cute, but they really ain't like that. And so it's a fight that the lion can lose, but when they get desperate and it's drought season, they will eat the elephant. So what they do is they attack a pride of elephants and they cause confusion by running around them. And the littlest one is going to get separated. So the family of elephants can't sacrifice the whole family for the one, so they let the one go. So the one that's separated becomes dinner. And we got dinner for about 4-5 days. Elephants are callous and they're vicious, they're cold and they're calculated. Excuse me, lions are cold and they're calculated. And so when you think about that, now understand the comparison when the Bible says Satan is like a roaring lion. Your adversary is cold, he's calculated, and he takes his time to figure some things out. See, we got this red pitchfork idea, and now he's smarter than that. Your adversary has a game plan. He knows your weakness, he knows what sets you up, he knows your breaking point better than you do. It is not an accident that you had a bad day at work and now you're home and your kids are going crazy. It's not by happenstance. It's not an accident that you're feeling emotional and today your spouse wants to act the fool. It's not a happenstance. It's not an accident that you were late for work and now traffic is horrible. Everything seems to keep falling on top of each other. Why, when it rains, does it have to pour? Kids need shoes, cars acting up, we low on food, and now the child comes home needing money for its field trip. You're like, oh Lord, what am I going to do? Now, you were fine until you saw the permission slip. And it only costs $7, but you don't have $7. So all the needs didn't push you over, but that little $7, the fact that you didn't have it and it's only $7 pushes you over the brink. And you're crying and you're frustrated and now you're emotionally vulnerable. And now is when Satan is going to come and talk to you because now you're open to hearing his viewpoint. The enemy's propositions always seem like an immediate fix, but they're always going to set you backwards. They always seem like an immediate fix, but it's always going to set you backwards. When he talked to Eve, backwards. When he tempted David to number the army, backwards. When he talked to Ananias, backwards. When he tried to tempt Jesus, backwards. He presents half-truths and never announces the consequences. So what he does is he'll come to you and he'll twist half of scripture. If you read the text when he's talking to Jesus, he's giving Jesus partial scriptures. Okay, so this is what the Bible says, but not the whole text, not the meaning of the text. When he comes to us, what he does, it's like, you were doing better in that old situation, and he only shows you or reminds you of the happy moments in the old situation and doesn't bring up the damages of why you left. So you start sitting there reminiscing about a mess you left because he only presented you part of the picture. See, his plan is to get you in an emotional state and then offer you a decision. He can't make you do anything. You know, I'm old. The devil made me do it. Flip Wilson and all that. That's my mama now. The devil made me do it. But the devil can't make you do anything. So what he has to do is set up scenarios around you that make you emotional and then present you a picture. So now we're gonna recollect. When's the last time the devil presented you a picture? When was the last time you got emotional and it was like, if you just do this, it'll relieve pressure immediately? Let me explain to you how the devil works. Because, again, half truth, but you got to think about the whole thing. Been working out, and part of working out, my left knee start hurting. Okay, the devil comes to you like this. Before you worked out, your knee never hurt. And so that's actually true. But the whole picture is I'm healthier now than I was before. So I got to deal with a little bit of suffering now to get to where I want to be. Or I could go back to being unhealthy and getting all the pills and shots they trying to give me. The devil is a lie. So you have to process the whole picture. Because he's going to give you a piece of truth, but it's not the whole thing. And we tend to gravitate to that piece in the moment. When he comes, he has a game. He knows exactly what to say to you in your moment. There's a movie, Keanu Reeves, called The Devil's Advocate. And in the movie, Lucifer is technically his father. And he's trying to set him up to get him abused. I'm not going to go through the whole movie. The movie's convoluted. But at the end, Keanu Reeves kind of gets away from him. And Lucifer's messing with him again. And he gets him to come back and open that door with pride. And y'all, thank God for pride. That's what he gets him with. He knows what your issue is. Okay, you're going to say no to that, you're going to say no to that, you're going to say no to that. But when I present the same thing this way. So, what am I saying? You have to have a game plan for your adversary. If your adversary is game planning for you, you have to have a game plan in order how to combat that. Benjamin Franklin said, by failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail. And there's too many unprepared Christians. So we know Jesus and we love Jesus, and then when the devil comes, we don't know what to say to him. When the devil comes, we don't have no scripture to combat him. The Bible says, resist the devil and he will flee. Well, we don't have no tactics of how to resist. Because we haven't prepared and thought about, okay, this is going to happen. But see, I don't care who you are and how long you live this life. At some point, the enemy is going to mess with you. Yes. So when that moment comes, what am I prepared to do? See, our problem is when it comes, we're too surprised. I figured out Sunday morning is one of the easiest ways to get to me. And if I get vexed Sunday morning at home, I'm not going to listen to music in the car. I'm not going to mentally prepare on my way to church. And by the time I get to church, I can't get into worship. Because I got Sunday morning on my mind, whatever happened at the house. And I mean, she can attest to this. We didn't iron on Sunday and burn some clothes. You know, all of a sudden the iron is acting janky. We didn't prepare and stuff don't fit. Or this button don't come, or you ever looked at something the night before and it was clean and the next morning it had a stain on it. It didn't happen. I done learned about ironing white shirts on the Sunday morning and the iron will spit out the water and the water come out brown on your clothes and now you're frustrated. It's, Lord, why? And I don't have no backup on it. It's easy to get frustrated. So I know with my issue, I gotta avoid that issue. I gotta avoid, okay, monetarily. pay the bills quickly. Because I know what my issues are. And so if you hang on to the money, you're going to find something to spend the money on that ain't a bill. That ain't the devil. That's just an issue I got. And so when I do that, then he's going to come, well, if you do this, you'll fix it. And it's short term, but it's going to set me backwards financially. So to avoid that, I got to be prepared for it. There's some stuff that bothers some people that don't bother me. I got a friend. We can't go to certain places with this friend because he has a drinking issue. And because he knows that's his issue, I don't need to go in there. Can we go somewhere else? Because he knows what his issues are. And all it takes is one. You got to understand, what's my issue? What's my it? Because we all got one. And then how do I deal with my it in a healthy way so when the enemy comes to me, I can avoid it? Some of our it's is anger. Our fuse is too easy to get lit. Amen. And it don't take much. And we go 0 to 100 and can't nobody stop us. And we know it's counterproductive, but we keep doing it. When you have information, when you've been taught something, now you no longer have an excuse. So watch this. You like doing it. You don't like the consequences of it, but you like doing it. Because what we don't like, we change.
All right. All right. All right. Say that.
When something vexes you, we change it. You know, we all got OCDs to a certain level. Some of us worse than others, but we all got OCDs to a certain level. Your OCDs you fix because it bothers you.
Yes.
That flashing red light on the ID caller, you fix because it bothers you. My wife messes with me on purpose. I don't understand how you go in the cabinet and leave the cabinet open and walk away. That's just utter laziness. But she does it to mess with me because it's my issue. We all have them, and so you fix it. The stuff you claim bothers you that you don't fix don't bother you as much as you claim.
Right.
So you're leaving yourself a doorway where you can be messed with. Because see, in your moments, and they all emotional moments, you do something that you can't take back. Because see, let's be real, this is what we don't talk about enough. There's some stuff you can say, I'm sorry for it till Jesus come back. I'm sorry, don't fix that.
That's right.
People forgive you, but they can't get, ooh, that hurt. And you can't say, oh, I only said that out of anger. No, you said that and you meant it. And so now you got to deal with the consequences because you put something in the air that you can't take back. So the text says that he goes around looking for someone he can devour. The illustration I pointed out is the lion separates the elephant. A lot of our struggles we go through alone because we won't stay in the pack.
Well,
Come on, break that down. We're easy targets because we hide. We don't want to be in the group. I don't want them to know what my issue is. I don't want them to see me struggle. Let's be real. God, they're going to know that I'm crying. They're going to know that hurt me. They're going to know that I'm depressed. They're going to know that I can't pay my bills. They're going to know that so-and-so left me. They're going to know. And so rather than be in the pack with their strength, we stay alone. Ecclesiastes says 2 are better than 1, and 3 are better than 2, because threefold cord.
yes.
That's the Bible. We like being loners, drowning by yourself. Nobody can give you strength. And it ought not be when we claim to be a part of each other, but that's what we do. I don't want nobody to know what my issue is. When you are alone, you are vulnerable. Plain and simple, cut and dry. When you are alone, you're vulnerable. So you got to ask yourself now, how many times when the enemy has caught me up, was I by myself not talking to nobody? hiding my issues from people that can help me. See, if I'm going to be honest and tell the truth and shame the devil, sometimes all it takes is a phone call and we won't make the phone call. You can be real with it and say, you know what, bro? This is real stupid, and I'm going to start this off, but this is real stupid, but this is what I'm thinking about. And then receive wise counsel. You see, a lot of our problem is we don't go to nobody because we know we're going to get wise counsel and we don't want to hear it. Because we want to do what we want to do. I'm grown and ain't nobody going to tell me what not to do. And then when it hits the fan, and it will hit the fan, then it's, can you help me? Can you help me clean up this mess? We can avoid a lot of our hardships if we game plan for when it's coming. So you have to ask yourself, what is my game plan for when the enemy comes and talks to me? Because he's going to whisper it in your ear. He is going to whisper in your ear. And it seems, when he comes, it seems small, and then you do it, and you see how big it was when you do it. So he comes to you with something simple. My mentor calls it, we do this thing, and it's true. Like, I hate when he says it, but it's true. When we go to the edge and see how far we can go without falling. You know, we look over, oh, them dummies fell, and you're still standing there for now. But what the enemy is doing is getting you comfortable with the edge, and then you fall. And when you fall, it's horrible. We got to get to the point where I'm not playing that game anymore. Because see, what that is playing with sin. See, we get into semantics. So I can talk about it. I know me. Well, I'm not really sinning. We just kicking it. Ain't nothing happening. And then you keep going, and then all of a sudden you fell over that edge. How did I get here? It wasn't in one big jump, but it was in incremental steps. Every day you became more comfortable. I bring up the gym a lot because it applies to life so much. If you miss one day, oh, I just missed one day. Then I just missed 2 days. 2 days turn into a week. I'll go back next week. Next week turns into next week. Next week is next month. Then I'll start on the 1st. And now you know you've been paying for a gym membership for a year and a half and you ain't been. FYI, they count on that. That's how they make money. But I'm telling you, that's what we do. And we do that with other things too. I'll get to it. I'll read my word. I'll pray. I'll call them. Or smaller stuff. I'll wash the dishes. I'll clean the house. Whatever it is. And then it gets bigger. Our question is, when are we going to get tired of it getting bigger? When are we going to get tired of playing the same games with Satan? And he wins. Because if I'm a believer, he ought not be winning. Romans 16:20 says that the God of peace will crush Satan under my feet. And the problem is, we don't go to the God of peace when we struggle. So we never get to the crush Satan part. We've taken some L's that we shouldn't have had to take because we never go to the God of peace. There's some things we've went through that we shouldn't have had to go through because we've never went to the God of peace. So the first part of that is, do you believe that God is the God of peace? See, we say a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff is cute, but do we believe it? Because if you believe it, you live it out. So do you believe that no matter what your struggle is, God will give you peace? That no matter what's going on, no matter how bad you hurt, how bad you feel, God will give you peace in the midst of what you're going through. Because if you do, you'll go to him. And if you go to him, you'll be victorious, but you gotta want to go to him. Verse 7 in 1 Peter 5 says, cast all your worries on him, for he cares for you.
Amen.
And sometimes, I don't know if we believe that. Do we really believe that God cares that what I'm going through? God cares that my struggle. God cares that I'm crying. God cares that I'm hurting. I think we see it in there, but we don't. Because we have a concept of what his caring should be. Well, if he cared about me, I wouldn't be here. And you don't understand that your here right now is preparing you for later, which you don't know. So all you see is right now, and God said, if they only knew how much I love them. See, over time, what happens to us, if we're going to be honest, is the cross begins to diminish in value. So you like, if you love me, show me now. When the cross is eternal, and if we understood what eternal meant and what it did, we wouldn't get that mindset. So God, do you care about me? Can I trust God that while I'm going through, he still cares? While I'm going through, he's still there. And that he give me the peace in the midst of going through. What I want us to get to is that when you pray, you believe it.
Jesus.
That when you pray, you believe it. So he's either going to say yes, and it's for me, or no, and he's got something better. And you got to get to that mindset. Last week I was praying about something. I was begging God for something literally because I didn't want to do something. I said, God, I need this done. I need this done. And I'm checking the email every day, and it's not there. So I had to go do what I had to go do because the email wasn't there. But I get a phone call. They said they sent the email. I was checking the wrong email. Prayer was already answered, already dealt with. I wasn't looking in the right place. Prayer was already answered, already dealt with. I wasn't looking in the right place. When we pray to God, are we looking in the right place? Because again, my mindset, I'm already in the company, they should send it to the company email. What happens is our mindset determines how we think God should answer the prayer. And so I only look where I think he would answer it. I posted the Daniel scripture this week because the Daniel scripture says that your prayer was heard as soon as you sent it. It took me a while to get here because I was fighting with the enemy. Michael came and Michael handled that, and now I'm here to tell you what God said. See, your enemy don't just deal with you. Oh, he done prayed about something. Let me delay that answer. And can I get you off track while I've delayed you? And if we're going to be honest, God had answered some stuff and we haven't seemed to get, and we'd have made some mistakes in that delayed season. And then when he shows you, I already had that taken care of, but you jumped out in front of me. Now you got to deal with that. Maybe I'm the only one that jumped out in front of God when God had a way to use it, but I wasn't patient enough. We got to get to the point. God, I'll wait on you. Watch this, as long as it takes. Because I got to understand that if he ain't moved, he don't have to yet. And so it don't matter what dates man give you. It don't matter what cutoff notices they give you. If God ain't moved and you in his will, something has to happen. And I just got to be patient enough to wait on the something. Let me tell you, it's hard. It's hard because we're made to want to do something. We're made to want, we got to go do something. My hands got to be moving. I got to do something. And all God is asking us to do is stay still. I'm telling you, we all got spiritual ADHD. That's what our issue is. Is spiritually, we can't sit still. When God answers prayers, we sending up the next petition. Because spiritually, we can't stay still. All right, God, you did that, but what about this? What about that? What about this? What about moving, 100 directions? We'll pray about, see, I'm real. We'll pray about something and feel good when we pray. Woof, good prayer time. And walk downstairs and go right back to work. And what we got to get to is it has to translate more than just when I'm on my knees, or more than when I'm just in service. I got to get to the point that it leads me throughout my day. That as I'm making decisions, I'm processing through Him. The way to avoid the adversary in our game plan, He just gave it to me right now. Just whatever our game plan is, it has to process through Him. Because if it processes through Him, He'll tell you that's the enemy, don't go that way. We try too hard to process for ourselves. So I'm running it through my own thinking and my own thinking ways. If you're going to tell the truth and tell the whole truth, you're smarter some days than others. Let's just be real. You have some days where you're like, I can do anything. Mentally, you know, I can. And then some days, you know what, I don't feel like computing nothing. But I can run it through omniscience, who's never wrong. And if I run it through Him, I can't be led astray. He ain't have a gut feeling that was wrong that day. So your adversary has a game plan for you, knows your weakness. In your devotion time this week, we got to get our weaknesses down. I know that I struggle here. I know that my issue is this. Because in any situation of battle or war or situation of that nature, you have to know how they're going to attack you so you can fortify in that area. In our situations, we let the enemy dictate pace too much. There's a fight last night in UFC, champion Bobby Lawler. Bobby ain't lost 2.5 years. Last night he let the challenger dictate pace. And what I mean by dictate pace is he controlled the ring. So he's coming forward, which makes me back up. And if I'm backing up, now I can't be aggressive. I have to react. I have to wait on you to do what you're going to do before I can try to move. And then backing up and trying to see what you're going to do, Bobby got scared. And when you get scared, you do stupid stuff. Bobby opened up. And when Bobby opened up, Bobby got punched in the face, and Bobby went to sleep. He didn't control the ring. He didn't dictate the pace. The guy did something he wasn't expecting. Because the guy is normally a counterpuncher, but he changed his game plan to face Bobby. You got to know who you're facing and what they're doing and what their weaknesses are. When we get caught in unexpected situations, we do unexpected stuff. Ain't a fighter in the world that's going to tell you, oh, it's good to open your hands. But when I get in an unexpected situation, I don't process. Write your weaknesses down so when you get in situations, you can process. Do this is coming. I know I struggle with this. This is what I need to do. Be honest with yourself. The devil knows what your it is. So you need to admit your it to yourself. Game plan. Are you spending time with God daily? Are you spending time? Are you hearing from God? If the answer is no to either one of them questions, you fight an uphill battle. I can't know my direction if he's not leading me. And then I'm going to say this, and I'm going to sit down. Y'all ain't going to like this one. Sometimes God will put you in position to be tested to make you ready for later.
Amen.
Suffer now for success later. When Jesus went into the wilderness, the Bible says the Holy Spirit told him to go into the wilderness. The Holy Spirit, God, and Jesus knew that when he went out there, the devil was going to bother him. And he didn't just bother him, he waited till he was at his physical weakest point. I ain't ate nothing in 40 days. And you won't come out here talking about turn these stones into a loaf of bread. Get out of my face. But he waited till he was at his weakest point. Not weak as God, weak as a man. Fully human, fully divine. I don't think we could have made it the 40 days. And if he'd offered me to turn the stone into a loaf of bread after 40 days, I might would have did it, because I know my breaking point. But God is sovereign and holy, and he didn't have that issue.
Amen.
But sometimes God is going to send you to some stuff that's going to test you. And you got to deal with it. I have a student, and in the program that we do, you have to earn classes out of the classroom that I'm in. So he earned his class. She put him in the hardest class in school. They all know that this teacher is like old school, strict. You can't, there's a rhythm to how you breathe in her room, and I am not exaggerating. She don't play. You walk in her room a certain way, you sit in your seat a certain way, you open your notebook a certain way, you take notes a certain way. This lady is all over you, and everything that you do wrong affects your grade. He comes in crying after the first day. Why did you put me in that room? If you can survive in there, then I can let you out. So that's going to prepare you for everything else. Sometimes God puts us in some situations that's difficult and we don't like nothing about it. But if you can survive through that, you can handle everything else that comes with it. Our first response when we don't like something is to run. I ain't dealing with that. I ain't dealing with that. You gonna talk to me like that? You lost your mind. You know who I am. And then you go home and pray. God says, nope, you can't move. We have to stop looking at stuff just from a physical perspective, just from a what I want to do perspective, and say, okay, God, if I'm here and you will make me be here, why am I here? Just can I give you a little secret? Sometimes you ain't gonna like it. There was never a promise that everywhere God put you, you was gonna be like, ooh, this is the best thing since sliced bread. That ain't in there. But there's a reason for where you are and why you are there. Amen, lights. I'm talking to myself first, but there's some stuff that I just don't want to do. And then watch this. God will give you stuff that you want, but it won't be the way you want it. I asked for something. I got it. I got to wait an extra day, but I got it. But it's not how I want it. It ain't the way I envisioned it. It ain't the class I was asking for, but I gave you what you need. Sometimes it's not going to be how you want it, but you're getting what you need. And our problem, watch this, we get in trouble because we're not grateful for needs. Step back. God gives you a need, you feel like I should have got the want. You get frustrated, here comes the enemy, now you done made this mistake. Because I wasn't grateful for the need. Let's think of it from a practical standpoint. When you're a child, you ain't grateful at the license. You're a child, you ain't grateful that mama paid the cable bill. You ain't grateful, look, I'm old, that mama got a separate line and put the line in your room so you can have your own phone and they can call directly in. You ain't grateful for that. That's what she's supposed to do. That's how we treat God. That's what you're supposed to do. God is setting you up for something. You just have to understand what that is. And if he ain't told you that, be patient. Now talk about me, because I can talk about me. Where I am now, I should have been a year ago. Part of it's my fault, major part of it's my fault. Some of it's not. But there's a reason that I had to wait an extra year. I don't like it, but it's for my good. I'm gonna talk about somebody in my house, she gonna get over it. Sister Becky prayed for something. And God brought it in a way Sister Becky didn't necessarily want it. But it's better for her physically. Gave her more opportunity to move up financially. Look at God. But I'm frustrated. I'm irritated. I prayed for this, but I didn't want it like this. And sometimes you watch this. It shouldn't take humbling, but you got to humble yourself to where he puts you.
Yes. Yes.
She'll get off an hour and a half early when she used to. And can walk when she get up. But you gotta get,
Yes.
you got to see it from the other side. Because see, what happens is we only see it from our frustration.